Hi everyone, and welcome to Rumrunnerdan. I'm Dan Genovese. Today we're going to be making a classic cocktail, the Corpse Survivor No. 2.
Oh, blow the man down, bullies, blow the man down. To me way, blow the man down. Blow the man down, bullies, blow him away. Give me some time to blow the man down.
So the Corpse Survivor No. 2 is a drink that fits into what we call reviver cocktails. What is a reviver cocktail? It's kind of that old saying that you hear, have a little bit of the hair of the dog that bit you and it helps to get rid of the hangover. Well, that's kind of what the reviver cocktails are. There's a few of them, obviously. This is No. 2, which is probably the most famous and is probably the most common one that you can get when you go out today. But there are a few other ones. There's obviously a Corpse Survivor No. 1, there's a No. 3, there's a No. 4, there's quite a few, I think. I did a Google search recently. I think I even got up to 8 with Corpse Survivors. And I even have my own variation on a Corpse Survivor that we're going to do in a future episode. But I wanted to start out with the classics first. It's really simple drink. And the unique part about this cocktail is it doesn't use any type of sweeteners in it per se. We're using Cointreau in here, which is a triple sec, which does have sugar in it, but it's not super sweet. Triple sec means, 3 times dried. It's French product, but that actually refers to the oranges that are used. It's not the actual product itself that's dry. The product itself actually has quite a bit of sugar in it, and that's the big sweetening component along with some of the wine. But it's a straightforward drink, straightforward ingredient. You have lemon juice, you have triple sec, and then you have some absinthe that you use in it, and then you have this weird ingredient called Kina Lillet. Kina Lillet, Lillet we're familiar with. Lillet Blanc is something that you can go and you can get it in the store. It's pretty common. And a lot of people will use that in a Corpse Survivor. However, Kina Lillet is a different product, and it's an older product, and it has a higher amount of quinine in it than the Lillet Blanc that we have today. Now, big controversy over this. Lillet said that they didn't actually change their recipe. People said that it does taste different. I actually don't know the difference because I've never had the Kina Lillet or the original Lillet that to compare it to, so I don't know how much different it is. However, a lot of cocktail historians and a lot of very influential bartenders and mixologists right now all swear by different ones to use for a Corpse Survivor. So we're going to be using one of those today. The one that we're doing here today is from Tempus Fugit. It's Kina Lillet, and Kina Lillet is supposed to be more of an authentic version of what Kina Lillet was back when it was being produced in its heyday, especially in the earliest 20th century, in the 1900s. So if you cannot find this, Tempus Fugit is sparsely available or available in different pockets of the country. If you can't find this, Coca Americano, which should be a little bit easier to find, is really good substitute here. Either one of them will get you a much better Corpse Survivor than using Lillet Blanc. Now, you can use the Lillet Blanc in it. Without that quinine and without some of the herbal flavors in it, it's a little bit more, it's a more refreshing, but it doesn't have a lot of those complex elements to it that help it evolve a little bit and have some layers of flavor in it. Some of those are, a little less, but you still get a pretty decent drink. So, pick the one that you like, Coca Americano or Tempus Fugit's Kina Lillet. Either one of them will work really well. With that, let's go ahead and start to mix our drinks. Start out with least expensive, most expensive ingredient. So we're going to start out with our lemon juice here, which fresh squeezed, separates a little bit. Just give it a little shake, mix it back up. We're going to use 3/4 of an ounce. Everything in here is in equal proportions, 3/4 of an ounce each. Okay. Next, Cointreau, triple sec. Any high quality triple sec will work. The original recipe specifically calls for this kind. You know, if you don't have triple sec, Grand Marnier, decent substitute. Pierre and Fernand's dry curacao also works. Any of those will work well. 3/4 of an ounce of our Cointreau. Next, we're going to use our Kina Lillet from Tempus Fugit. 3/4 of an ounce of this guy. Okay. Last, it's going to be London Dry Gin. You can use any kind of London Dry Gin that you like. I use Tanqueray with this a lot. Just ran out. So got a brand new bottle here of Ford's Gin. Love Ford's Gin. Good stuff. 3/4 of an ounce of our London Dry Gin. Right to there. Perfect. Now, I'm going to grab some ice. So we're going to take our drink, pour it into our glass here. Wait for you to hear the cracking stop. Give it a good seal. Give this a good hard shake for about 8 to 10 seconds. I got a new shaker here from Cocktail Kingdom. This one is their Leopold series. I like it. You could actually, it stays really, really nice and stuck while you're shaking, but it releases a lot easier. So I actually like this one a lot better. And the tins don't get stuck together because of this little lip on the weight on the bottom, so they don't get vacuum sealed, so you don't have to try to like pull it out. All right, now absinthe. Next part. It's going to go into our Nicanor glass. Nicanor glass here because it's not a ton of drinks, so you want a little bit, you want a good wash line, so I like to use this. Option here is you need to rinse the glass with the absinthe. Now, you can pour a little bit in the glass, roll it around, try to get it as close to the lip as you can, dump the rest out. If you have an atomizer, little tiny perfume type bottle, filled with absinthe, then you can just spray it in here. I use St. George's absinthe. It's my favorite one. A little bit more herbally to it. Okay, spray the inside of that. Hawthorne strainer, fine mesh strainer, double strain that right into there. Reason why we're double straining this, reason why we double strain any cocktail is most of the, you can see I'm pushing down on my Hawthorne strainer here, so I'm closing the gate. And those gates are really, really good at getting ice chips, but there could be a couple of ice chips that flow through. That's what this fine mesh strainer is here to catch. So this way you don't get any kind of small little ice chips as you're sipping the drink, and you get like a little crunch. You don't want that. You want a nice, smooth, chilled drink. Okay. All right. That takes care of our drink here. Now, garnish this. A little bit of lemon here. So we want to get a nice, big piece of lemon. Just want to give this a little squeeze. Express that oil over the top there. Wipe that around the outside of the glass. Get it down on the bottom there. Lay that really nice there across the top. Grab ourselves one of our rustic Woodrow coasters here. Go ahead and pop that right there. And there you have it, everyone. That is our Corpse Reviver number 2. Let's give it a taste. It's so clean, so nice. The lemon is really, really strong with expressing that oil, so you get that big waft of it. You'll also get that nice smell of absinthe on it. And the part of this that really works is the interplay between the Kina Lillet here and the gin. The two of these work really, really, really nicely together. Tiny bit of sweetness coming in here from the Cointreau. That stuff is really great. It's nice and versatile. It's a nice neutral spirit, but it works really well in here with the rest of them. It's a fantastic drink. It's really, really easy to drink and really easy to sip on. It's not necessarily, one that you have to drink as a morning after drink, but listen to Harry Craddock's words himself that he wrote in the Savoy Cocktail Book. 4 of these drinks drank in quick swift succession will unrevive the corpse again. Basically, if you're hungover, you drink 4 of them real quick in a row, you're gonna get drunk. So that gives you an idea. I mean, they're still decently strong, but it's a great drink, fantastic, good classic cocktail. So that's all that we have for today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed our episode here of the Corpse Survivor number 2. Want to give a nice shout out here. You notice I have a new apron on. This is Staggered Lee Goods. You'll see a link below that you can click, go on to their site, and then you can order. They have all these different types of nice aprons. I really like this. It's not super heavy. You probably saw me in the other one that I used to have. I'm constantly adjusting it. The thing weighed a ton. It was super thick. It was really hot. Hated wearing it. This one is fantastic. I like it a lot. It's nice and light. It does a job, and it's easy to tie, cross-backed. Love it. So go use the link below, click on their site, and put in the discount code SLGSAVE20. That's SLGSAVE20. You get 20% off your order, too. And you'll be helping to support the channel here. Also, want to thank everyone for, we just hit a big milestone here on Rumrunner. We have now over 100 subscribers. I know it's, I've been doing this for a little while, and sometimes you don't get that many subscribers, and you lose a couple, and you're like, oh boy, people actually like what I'm doing. We finally hit that first milestone of 100. So thank you to every single one of our subscribers. Thank you to everyone who watches the show. And please click that like and subscribe button to the video, and comment on this. Let me know what you think about this version of the Corpse Survivor. I always respond to comments that are put in the show notes below, so please go ahead and comment on that. Love to hear from all you guys, and until next time, everybody, Coli Maluna. So good. I'm gonna take it with me.